Hi, in this lecture I'm going to introduce you to how to write a Java program in order to connect it to a database management system, in our case MySQL. So let's get started with the right side of this slide, MySQL. I'm going to teach you how to download, install, configure, and also run MySQL and also MySQL Workbench in your local machine. And then using IntelliJ IDEA, which is a Java development environment, I'm gonna teach you how to write down a Java application and then connect it to your MySQL database, for example, using Java database connectivity. So let's get started. All right, the first step that we want to do is to download MySQL. So as you can see here, when I search on Google, it shows me MySQL and then MySQL Workbench and MySQL download and the rest of the keywords related to MySQL. Let's just search for MySQL. As you can see here, we can go to MySQL website, and then there are different links on top of that. So we go to downloads, and then if you scroll down, you can find out MySQL community GPL downloads. So let's go to this link, and then here you can find out a lot of available like drivers and tools and a lot of more things for MySQL. But we are interested in MySQL installer for Windows because the system that I'm using at the moment is a Microsoft Windows version 11 with the latest updates. So let's go to MySQL installer for Windows, and then as you can see here, the current version that I'm going to download is MySQL installer 8.0.41. So, and for Microsoft Windows, as you can see here, there are two files that you can download. The first one is MSI installer, and the second one is also MSI installer. Both are x86 32 bits, but this one includes all the packages and all the files that you require. The other one, you can download it as a lightweight, and then it will connect to the internet and then try to download all the files that are required during the installation. So let's get started with the second one and download this one. As you can see here, when I click here, it asks me to log in or sign up, but we don't necessarily need to log in or sign up. We can scroll down and it says that no thanks, just start my download. I'll run this let's say this file, this executable file here, and going to show you step by step to install let's say MySQL latest version in our Windows machine. And then I click yes to continue. So it tries to, let's say, install all the required files. Again, it asks me, do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device? Yes, I would like to do so. So then, as you can see here, this is the window for MySQL installer adding community. So there are different options here like server only, client only, full version, or custom version. I would like to install the full version of MySQL on my system. So when I click on full version, it's going to show me that what is going to be installed. So MySQL server, MySQL shell, MySQL router, MySQL workbench, documentation, samples and examples, and many more, applications, drivers, documentation. So then I press on full version and then next. So as you can see here, it says that where would you like to install your MySQL 8.0.41, but my architecture is x64, so that's fine, no problem. The install directory is C program files, MySQL, MySQL server 8.0 for the MySQL server, and also the data directory is again in C program data, MySQL, MySQL server 8.0. It says that The selected path already exists, doesn't matter because I have uninstalled this from my computer already, but maybe the empty folder is still there. So we are gonna click on next. You still have warning with your selected path. Are you sure you want to continue? Yes, I do want to continue. So then in that case, it says that these tools and packages and samples and examples and documentations are gonna install in your laptop. Then I'm gonna press on execute, and let's wait for the installation to complete. So this step is complete, and as you can see here, all of the tools, packages, documents, samples, and everything have been successfully installed. Now we are gonna click on next, and then it says that product configuration. So let's see if it requires our configuration or not. Let's press next. All right, here it says that configure type development computer. Yeah, this is the development computer, so I'm not gonna change that. I'm gonna keep this one. So it is not a server computer, it is not a dedicated computer, and it is not a manual setup. It is a development computer, so I'm gonna keep the development computer. Let's keep TCP IP, and also on port 3306, and also with the X protocol port 33060. And then open Windows firewall ports for network access. And as you can see here, the pipe name is MySQL, and also the memory name is also MySQL. So it is also possible for you to click on show advanced and logging options, but I don't want to do that. If when you click here, so in the left side you see logging options, and but we just want to click on next. And it says that use a strong password for encryption for authentication, that's recommended, or use legacy authentication method. So let's choose the first one. Let's see what happens. But I would like to just put root as the password. Next, this has been already checked and the connection was successful. Next, configure. I'm not gonna change these options. And then apply configuration. Apply configuration. When I click on execute, it's gonna first of all writing configuration file, updating Windows firewall rules, adjusting Windows service, starting the server, and updating the start menu link. And then when I press finish, and you see there is like the product configuration page, so click next. So here it says that MySQL router configuration, bootstrap MySQL router for use with InnoDB cluster. I'm not gonna use it with InnoDB cluster, so I'm just leave it as it is. So then click finish and next. So as you can see here, now we have like username which is root, and password I have entered root as the password. So this is like administrative privilege. Be very cautious while using it in the server computer, on a computer on the internet, or on your local network. Be very cautious with these things. So let's double check, connection succeeded, and then next. So it says that let's try apply the configuration, execute the configuration part. All right, and then finish. So again, everything is okay, and then next. So it says that installation complete. The installation procedure has been completed. Copy log to clipboard. I don't want to copy log to my clipboard because there are no error messages. So I'm gonna accept this. It says that to start MySQL Workbench after setup, and also start MySQL share after setup. I would like to start both of them after setup. So I click finish. So this is MySQL shell 8.0. So this is the terminal command, and also this is MySQL Workbench. As you can see here, because I have already installed MySQL in my computer, although I have uninstalled this, but there are like some log files that are still available in my computer. But when you install it, you should see nothing here like local instance. So when you are in this page, you don't see this part, and then you go to and then click on this plus button, and there we go. You call it like instance 2, for example, and then a standard TCP IP host name is the local host with the IP address 127.0.0.1 on the port 3306. The username is root, and then we can store the password in a store in vault. It is possible to store password in vault. I click here and then I enter root with a small r, and then I can test the connection. It says that successfully made MySQL connection. I click OK. I click OK. As you can see here, instance 2 has been created on my local host. So if by any chance I click on this one or click on that one, both of them, as you can see here, they are on my local host on the port 3306. So if I click here, it should be possible to connect to MySQL Workbench and to MySQL Shell. So now, as you can see here, these are the databases that I have created already, but I can like remove these databases. So now, for example, I can drop these database or drop these databases as well. I don't need these databases. I don't need these, so I'm gonna drop all of these databases. So when you install your SQL and the MySQL Workbench, you should see like the databases such as CISO Word and Sakila and company, most probably. So then now we are in MySQL Workbench. Just to make sure that it works without any issues, let's go to Sakila database, open tables. We have actor table. I'm gonna drag and drop it here, and then I'm gonna write down select a star, and there we go. So select a star, and then from actor table semicolon, and then try to run just these select statement to see if it works. Now I try to run this select statement. As you can see here, there is an error message here. It says that error code 1046, no database selected, because I haven't I haven't selected the default database. In order to do that, using code, I can just type use, and then I can drag and drop Sakila as the database name here, semicolon. So use Sakila, and then I'm gonna run something. So as you can see here, the second time use Sakila command has been successfully executed, and also select a star from actor also has been successfully executed, and this is the result that you can see. So far everything is okay in our MySQL Workbench. So the next step is to create a new database in order to, let's say, retrieve data from that database, or we can also use the current databases that are available in our MySQL Workbench. For example, we have used select a star from table actor in using Sakila database, so we can use this one in order to retrieve the data in our Java program. Or we can also use it in other programs like programming languages such as Python, for example.